Hello and welcome to our 15th session on this obstacle course game. And in this session we are going to learn about conditional statement. And one of the conditional statement that we are going to first use is this if statement. So now what is this conditional if statement? Let us first understand. How are we going to write this conditional if statement? So the conditional if statement always starts with the keyword if. And if is followed by a parenthesis, that is between the open and close bracket you have to put some value which can be either true or false. So now I have to put this condition in the parenthesis and say, for example, if I put 1 is greater than 0, then it is true, then the code will be executed, and if 1 is lesser than 0, the code is false and the code will not be executed. So some Boolean expression, we call this as Boolean expression, which can be either true or false, will be added in this closed bracket, and then we are going to add an open curly braces, and then we are going to write our code, what all commands that need to be executed when that particular condition is true, and then we are going to close it with a closed curly braces. So this is the structure of the if statement, and in the entire if statement you will have a semicolon added only in this code block. So we are going to use the semicolons only in the code block lines. Okay. So now to give you a real life example, so now if you are in the mood of playing with noobs, pawning the noobs, and you want to enjoy some game, if you are in that mood, then what you have to do, play some PlayStation games. So and this statement, that is if you are in the mood to actually play the game, only then play some PlayStation. So you have the condition play. Do you have the mood to play? This is a question. If yes, if it is true, play the PlayStation, and if you are not in the mood to play, then take no action. So this is the kind of flowchart statement that we write in if statement. So this is just an example I am giving it to you. So after this we are going to come back here to our Unity, that is we are going to come back to our dropper.cs script that we have already created, and now this debug statement we are going to remove this, and we are going to now put a condition. If, what is the condition in the parenthesis? I have to wait for 3 seconds and have to print some message in the console window only after 3 seconds is over, and for that what I type? Time.time. This is the function we use, and if this time.time is greater than, say for example 3, this is the condition. So now if this time.time value is greater than 3, then in the next line I will put this open close curly brackets, and between the curly brackets I am going to write this debug.log sentence, and in open close parenthesis I am going to write 3 seconds are now over, and I will end it with semicolon. So now the meaning of this sentence is, that is only up to 3 seconds you won't see anything in the console window, and only after 3 seconds it is going to print the sentence 3 seconds are now over. Now I will go to file, choose save, and come back to Unity, allow for the script to compile, and once the script is compiled, see in the console window there is no error. We have already applied this script to this dropper, and now if I play the game, now see what happens is, for about 3 seconds nothing is happening, and after 3 seconds of execution of the game you are now seeing 3 seconds are now over. So initially for 3 seconds you didn't see anything in the console, and this is printing again and again because we have put this statement in, that is in update. So I will stop the playback. Now I will come back to the script, Now I have a challenge for you. What is the challenge that I want you to do is, now I want you to see, we put the time to wait greater than 3 in our script, and this 3 is a hard coded number. So now the user, say, instead of 3 seconds he wants the game to wait for 5 seconds or it to wait for 7 seconds. If he has to change it, every time he has to come to the code and he has to change it and he has to recompile it. Now the challenge for you is, I want to replace this term or the number 3 with a variable, and I want this variable to be available in the inspector. So the thing is, instead of hard coding 3 seconds, use a variable for the time to wait that can be easily changed in the inspector. So this is the challenge for you. Stop the video and try to actually implement it. Okay, now I think you have tried it and you have successfully done it. So however, for whoever has not done it, I am just going to repeat it. So here now what we are going to do is, I will come back to the script. Now only thing is, in the very first here, after this public class, I will come here and I am going to declare a variable, and you were already seeing that the time.time number is a float, it is a decimal number. So the type of variable I declare is float, and I am going to call this as time T capital to W capital, time to wait, and I will set its initial value to some value. Say for example, I will set it to 5, and remember to add f. Although for a round number you need not add f, it is always a practice to know that by adding f it means that it is a decimal number. I will end it with semicolon. So I have added this line. However, this line to be visible in the inspector, I have already told, either I have to make it public or I have to add this line or the command serialize field. How to add it? You have to put one open square bracket and close square bracket, and between this square bracket I will type serialize field, and now you can see this is now a variable which will be available for the that is in the inspector. Now only thing is, in this update line, instead of 3 I will replace it with the variable name time to wait. Okay. Now if I save this, and after I save this, now if I come back to my game Unity, allow the script to get compiled, I will clear this console window, and now you can see in the dropper script we have a new variable time to wait which is set to 5. Now I can change it, I can even make it 4, I can make it 6. So now if I save this and if I execute it, so whatever time value I have set here, after that duration you can see the console window printing. See, after 5 seconds it is showing. Only thing is, it is wrongly printing 3 seconds are now over. So I can now stop this, I can come back to the script, and even in place of 3 seconds I will remove off this 3 seconds now, and in the console log I will first print this time to wait, okay, plus are now over. So I will just print time to wait plus, and then I will leave a space here before R, seconds are now over. I have to add this line. I will go to file, save it. Now I will come back to my Unity, and this time once it is compiled I will change this time to around 3 seconds now, and now if I execute it, after 3 seconds it will start printing here 3 seconds are now over. See, after 3 seconds it is now printing. So I will stop it. So now the advantage of using this kind of variable is, say for example, instead of one dropper I use some 5-6 droppers in the game. I use it at different position, and I want one dropper to drop the it to drop after 3 seconds, and another one to drop after 7 seconds, another one to drop after 9 seconds. I need not make any change in this code, Just by changing this variable on different objects, I can achieve it. So, this is the advantage of using variables and serialized field. So, with this I will conclude this session, and now comes the third biggest challenge, where you want the gravity of this object to wait for the duration and drop down. Actually, after 4 seconds or 5 seconds time to wait, we doesn't want it to print to console to window. What should happen after that time? We want this object to drop down, and this we are going to do it in our next session, where we are going to understand catching a reference. Thank you.